Hey guys, welcome back to yet another video. I'm Sandeep and you're watching RevAtlas, and today we'll be looking at the studio tour. So this is actually my home studio. You can say that we have actually built it a new home in Hyderabad. We shifted here quite recently, and while in the past many of you have actually asked for a studio tour, the reason we didn't do it is because we were actually thinking of starting an office and new office with new setup and things like that, but that didn't actually pan out. So we actually kept delaying a lot of things, and now finally that we have this sort of a setup here, I thought that it would be good to show you guys the video. Now I will be including purchase links for most of the stuff that you see here, so you can check in the description below if you want to purchase any of these. And apart from that, this is almost complete but not 100%, so some changes may happen overall, but for the most part this is how it's going to be from here on out. So now before we get this started, please do make sure to hit the subscribe button and also turn on notifications for more videos like this. Now let's begin the video. So I'd like to start with the door itself, and then we'll go almost clockwise. You can see, so this is the entrance. I don't use this mirror. It's actually, of course, a bedroom that's been converted into a studio, so this is still there. These shelves I might populate with maybe phone boxes or something, maybe use it as a background, but the mirror is going to be a challenge. Maybe I'll have to cover it with some wrapping sheet or some sticker or something like that. But yeah, maybe personal boxes of stuff, because review units most often just go back, so I don't have the boxes. So I'll start with this and then go upwards. So the Rode Wireless Go, these are the mics that I use for A-roll, and there's the camera battery for the Sony FS5 charging, the MacBook USB Type-C charger as well for the MacBook, and I also use it for many other accessories and phones which have Type-C and support that quick charge. This is a Canon G3000 which I use for printing documents, official stuff. Most of the time, embargoes or sending stuff back to companies, that requires an invoice to be printed, declaration and stuff. So for that, it's a good printer so far, but maybe I'm underusing it. But at the end of the day, I think it's a good printer. This is a dry cabinet, and this has cameras and lenses and stuff usually kept in it. We haven't populated it yet, but it's basically to avoid moisture or build up of fungus in your lenses and camera gear. And I got it when I was in Singapore, which is a very humid country, but comparatively India is not as humid, but of course it can get humid depending on where you are. So Hyderabad is a bit more dry compared to Bangalore, but I still intend on using it, and I can just adjust the level of humidity that I want within it. This is actually my Think Tank Streetwalker hard drive bag, and it's actually been with me since 2012, I believe. Yeah, so 8 years, and it's a great bag. I'll do a separate video on this if you guys want, but this can it looks overall quite compact, but it can take quite a lot of weight and equipment. I used to carry 2 bodies with 5-6 lenses, flashes and stuff inside this, so it's actually very big inside and is deceptively small when you look at it from the outside, and a great backpack. Of course, it has some signs of use with being used over 8 years and so many countries and destinations and stuff, but it's very, very useful. And I thought about upgrading it in between, but I don't really need it, and more than that, I can't see a replacement that is this good anywhere else. I don't seem to find a proper replacement for it. So here is the light, and some cable management needs to be done here and the rest of the studio, because we're still setting it up like I mentioned, but I still wanted to bring this video out to you guys. So this is a Godox SL60W light. It's a white LED light, and it also is connected to this octagonal softbox for better lighting. And it also has this Harrison light stand. So earlier when I came, I was using it on a light stand that was on the floor, but that really took up a lot of room in the studio, so I didn't want that. I wanted it to mount on the wall, and this is also flexible, so you can actually just move it wherever you want, whichever direction you want, and it's very easy to do so. And this is the mounting arm from Harrison. So this is a fixed one in terms of the length, but you have another one which is telescopic. It can extend further. This can go up and down as well, but it's like joint in one place, so this doesn't move, so it can go up and down like this, but the other one can extend further as well. So that is the main difference. And then here, this is actually restroom, and it's currently being used by boxes because this new house that we moved into does not have much of cupboard space, to be honest, and the previous house that we were staying in Bangalore had a lot of cupboard space. So we are actually using this as a storeroom because we are a family of 4, my wife, my son Rambo, and me. So we don't really need 3 bathrooms per se, so we are just using 2 bathrooms, and that's more than enough for most part. So this is a featherlight chair. Optima Mesh is called, with the headrest as well, and it's something that I bought after using this other chair here. So this was just a generic some sort of a thing that I bought in Bangalore from this supermarket, or rather hypermarket, called Hypercity, but this was very bad quality. It was giving me backaches and stuff, but I still have it because if someone else wants to sit by my side during editing and stuff, I thought it makes sense to have something beside it. And it's also useful to maybe just reach up and stuff once in a while. This actually had handles as well, but it broke because of the bad build quality, but this one works perfectly fine. So I got this in 2016, I guess, and it's around 23,000 at the time I paid for it, but it's a great one. Good back support even for extended duration of time and stuff. Now moving to the PC rig and stuff. So this is the rig, and the entire specification stuff I can mention in description, or if you want me to do a separate video, I think that makes more sense just for this, I can do that as well. Some RevAtlas stickers in case you guys are interested. So we are planning on bringing these and some other RevAtlas merchandise for you guys. Currently it's just being used by my son to play, or I was trying it out on some review devices for the B-roll, not because this is one of the latest review devices we had, and I was actually using it using the charger for charging testing, and then put it back. I didn't put it back in box. Baby wipes, funnily, because it's actually a very firstly, we have a baby, he's now 2 years old, but it's very useful to actually clean a lot of surfaces, and that's why we have it. So we have the Logitech MX Master here, first generation. This is a cape skin on it, and now I need to change it again. It's starting to come off a bit. It's been quite a long time since I applied it, but I really like the look. At the time, the RevAtlas logo is red and blue. We have a Samsung T5 drive. This is great if you want to store stuff. There's the 500 GB one. I actually got this from US maybe a year and a half ago, and it's a pretty good drive, especially on the go if you want some extra space to store your content that you shoot from. And we have this special curtain. It's actually not coming in the proper color, I guess, on video. Now it's actually better. So this is a curtain that I wanted, something peaceful behind my monitor sort of a thing. So I kind of like it, and it's very well done, easy to install, from IKEA Hyderabad, and of course hopefully they start shipping all over India as well, but I think Mumbai still has the ability to buy it online and you can get it. This is the Blue Yeti. This is what I use for voiceovers. So the English channel generally gets most voiceovers because people prefer to actually just consume content with the phone in front of them rather than having me in front of the camera, but I still do some A-roll in English as well. That's my Pixel 4 XL personal device. Nord is there again. This is the Razer Huntsman Elite keyboard, and this is a 4K monitor. This I bought back in 2013 for around 45,000 rupees if I remember right. And of course this I mainly got 4K because I wanted to do 4K videos and stuff, and it's still working pretty well, but I'm thinking of getting a second monitor to make stuff a bit more faster in terms of productivity. But it's a great monitor for creators. Of course for gamers you want faster refresh rate and stuff, but for me it doesn't really matter all that much, and for my specific purpose this is very good. So the headphone I use is a HD 598. I had Audio Technica Air 8900, but that sort of gave in and it stopped working properly. So the 598 is what I use nowadays for monitoring and for actually editing videos and stuff. The drawers, I mean, this is very generic again from Hypercity, along with the other sort of chair. I got this specific desk, and I'll talk more about that very soon. But yeah, there's a lot of stuff inside and it's not yet fully organized, but batteries and audio testing equipment, thermal things, and miscellaneous stuff. I didn't actually organize it well yet. Here we have a setup that you probably would have seen, especially if you watch our regional channel, or in case you've seen some of our recent videos in English channel as well. So some noise absorption pads there. These are the Nanoleaf Aurora. They are like triangular shaped LED lights that you can control using a smartphone. It's actually pretty great. I kind of like the overall vibe. They also have a square type of thing, and now there's so many other knockoffs also that are coming, which are actually cheaper. These are around 20,000 rupees, which is quite expensive, but I think they look good, and overall I think the investment you'll make back over the time of couple of years. So here is our 100,000 play button that we have here. And yeah, thank you guys for this, for enabling that. We have a TV here. This is a Mi TV 4x55 inch. This is what we use for checking some of the footage that's actually being exported, and seeing if everything is all right and those kind of things, or watching some other videos that our fellow creators make. This, I get a lot of questions from people about this. So this is actually an artificial plant, not a real plant, but it's a great prop, I guess. It looks very different from most of their bonsai trees. So I'll link this also in the description below. A lot of people are asking me about this on Twitter, on YouTube comments, etc. So this is our primary video camera, the Sony FS5. And don't mind him, that's my son there. Hi Appu, say hi. He's just watching music videos. So these are our cameras. So I'll start with the Nikon D850. So this is basically what we use for some macro shots, and this is a 105mm macro lens that's mounted onto a D850. So mainly for thumbnails, and sometimes it's also for some macro B-roll. Now you might be wondering, why do I have a camera just for thumbnails or macro? But the fact of the matter is, it's actually mainly useful because I actually used to take photos separately for both work and for leisure. So I just wanted a great camera, and that's why I got the D850. But right now I'm using phones most of the time, even when I'm going outside for personal stuff. So unless it's a paid association or a paid gig that I get, I don't really use the D850 all that much. But currently this also has another issue, because the memory card slot is broken and I'm not able to take anything unless I tether it to a computer. And so this is the Sony FS5, and it's one that I bought after a lot of deciding, because I was initially planning to go for the A7R2 or so, which was what I was using back at Phone Arena when I was about to leave, and that was a great camera as well. But I was like, why not go for something that is more flexible? This is great for shooting, handheld and stuff like that. So you have this grip, which makes it very easy to shoot. It's very flexible. You have 2 microphone ports. You have the adjustment for the audio levels here. You have a built-in ND filter. So overall it's very ideal, I would say, and it has really helped, and has held well over the course of 3 years that we've had it, and I don't think we'll be upgrading anytime soon. So this is a standing desk from Linac, and it's a motorized one, and a pretty great one, to be honest. And thanks to Raju from TechPP for actually recommending this and helping me get it. So my initial plan was to come here with another thing that we had in our office. It was a large 5x3 white table. It was just a fixed table, not this high and stuff like that. But my plan was to have this monitor as well as the keyboard and stuff, along with some extra space, considering that is big for B-rolls or shots of unboxing and stuff like that. But then this came along, and I thought it made sense to have one uninterrupted surface just for videos, and the separate one for editing and stuff like that. So this is pretty great that way. I got it for a killer price, compared to how much generally standing desk cost. So this goes up and down fully, and overall it's very useful. And yeah, mainly I use it for A-roll in the other regional channel, Malayalam channel, but it's still worth it for some product shots and those other kind of things. Now coming to this side, again you have the SL60W, one more to complete the pair of lights. So here we have the tripod and the tripod head. So this is actually a Manfrotto fluid head, video head. It's good for videos, basic pan, tilt, as well as up and down, that sort of a thing. And this is a Gitso tripod. I actually got this because I had a Manfrotto tripod and head which I felt was not all that sturdy. So the Gitso one is actually very expensive, but I got this in 2014, and now 6 years later it's still almost brand new, you can say, and it functions very well. This is what we used to mount it for the A-roll setup there. And here is the view. So we are on the 10th floor currently, and this is the view from our apartment, or rather this room. And we have stuff here as well in the cupboard. I'm again not going to show you this because it's not completely organized, but We have some monopods, some lighting equipment, some bags and stuff like that. And that's about it for the entire studio. And yeah, this is the spot where Rambo usually comes and sits in case he wants to come. Either here or below the desk is where he comes and sits if he feels like it when I'm working or editing and stuff like that. And that's about it. If you have any questions, do let us know in the comment section below. And as I mentioned, I will include all the purchase links in the description as well. Thanks for watching this video. See you again in the next one.